guys. So today I'm starting the new series, continuing with the North Node journey, and we're moving on to North Node in Taurus through the houses. So to give you a little bit of an introduction of North Node in Taurus, I'm wearing my robe because Taurus is about comfort. Taurus is about the five senses. Taurus is about something that feels good, looks good, makes me comfortable, simple, and that feels good to me. That's Taurus. So Taurus, North Node. Before we get into a little bit of general idea of Taurus North Node, let's talk about your memories, your experiences from other lives with Scorpio South Node. So Scorpio South Node, guys, it's a tough one. Scorpio South Node, anything Scorpio is tough to begin with because it's so, it's such an intense sign. It's so powerless and yet powerful at the same time. It's so, with Scorpio South Node, just like I mentioned in my Pluto and Scorpio video, there's a lot of trauma, there's a lot of intensity, there's a lot of rage, anger, control, manipulation, you know, anything Scorpio is anything that is uncomfortable to us, ugly to look at, uncomfortable to talk about, taboo, scary, anything that just triggers us and makes us, you know, makes us blush, that's Scorpio. So Scorpio South Node themes from other lifetimes have to do with loss of control, loss of self-worth, interdependency with people, interdependency with people's resources, not relying on yourself. And I don't mean just financial. When I say about relying on yourself, meaning on yourself, like being your own, you know, your own guide, your own support system, your own authority on what you want to do. Scorpio South Node, nothing like that. All involving other people, but not in a Libra kind of way. More so, just interdependency, like completely losing yourself in another because you have no self-worth to stand on your own 2 feet, and because of that, there was no stability at all in your life. No matter if it was your financial, if it was your, you know, emotional, any kind of aspect of your life, there was no stability. So Scorpio South Nodes are always looking and waiting and expecting for the rug to be pulled from under their feet because that's all they know. They know constant up and down. They know drama. They know intensity. They know loss, death, just constantly being on the edge, constantly not knowing what the future holds because you're constantly depending on your circumstances around you to kind of decide your fate, you know. And so not a lot of trust, always, you know, revenge, always kind of expecting the worst from another person because you've been fucked in more ways than once. With Scorpio South Node, anything and everything has been done to you. I mean, on all levels. I'm talking about the worst, the most, the darkest you've experienced it. Because Scorpio South Node is just, it's tough, it's painful, and you're scared. There's a lot of fear. There's no trust in nothing, in nobody. So you're always on edge. You're always kind of mistrusting of people. You're always afraid to somebody to betray you, to lie to you, to hurt you, because you've been through lifetimes like that. Either you did that to others or it was done to you, and that's all you know. So in your lifetime, you're constantly expecting for shit to go wrong, and it's very, very hard for you to relax. But the good thing about Scorpio South Node, what I'm going to say is, because I always end up focusing on like the bad. The good thing is that because you are so enmeshed with others, you are so good at reading other people. You're so good at tuning in to people's motivations. You're so good to, you know what to say to people. You know how to manipulate people. Oh yes, because you've done that and it was done to you. So you're very good at that. You're very good at being a psychiatrist. You're very good at knowing how to push people's buttons. You know what to say or what to do to hurt somebody. That's Scorpio. So that's some of the tools that you use to stay afloat. In this lifetime, you use those tools to kind of be in control because you had complete loss of control before. And so now in this lifetime, you're always cautious, always careful. You're always very suspicious of everything around you because you're like, you know, this is not right. This is not good. And sometimes that's not the case. It's, you know, sometimes it's just in your mind. Your mind's always telling you scary stories. And usually you believe them because Scorpio South Node is like, you know what? I've been through so much shit that it's going to take a lot to convince me that everything is going to be okay. So Scorpio South Node, there will be a lot of testing. There's going to be a lot of you testing other people to see, do they really love me? Do they really care for me? Are they going to leave? Are they going to fuck me over? Are they going to lie to me? Because you have no trust. You have no trust in others. But the key here, and this is how we're going to move into Taurus North Node, is having trust in yourself. Because if you trust yourself, it doesn't matter what happens around you, because you're going to follow your own authority. You're going to follow your own gut feeling. And even if somebody does lie to you, you will feel that and you can just walk away from it. So Taurus North Node, simplicity, no drama, simple pleasures of life, simple good food, simple good sex, simple enjoyment of weather, of nature, of a good meal, simplicity, no drama, relaxation, comfort. What do I want to do today? Taurus does not get out of bed or doesn't do anything unless Taurus sees some kind of benefit. And Taurus does not rush. Taurus takes its time. Taurus knows quality. Taurus knows value. Taurus knows worth. Taurus knows worth in everything because Taurus has self-worth. Now, when we talk about Taurus in the South Node, that's going to be tricky because the self-worth is going to be dependent on other things. But Taurus in the North Node, the key for you guys is discover your own self-worth. So you can stand on your own 2 feet. And when you find your own self-worth, then that's going to reflect in all the other areas of your life. Financial, emotional, all kinds of relationships. Your nature of relationship is going to shift because you're going to develop trust in yourself and then others as well. But it's going to be hard for you guys because you literally have to change the way you think. You literally have to go from suspicion to just, calm and relaxation and not trying to sabotage every time. Because when things do, like, let's say, get good for you guys and there's stability, because more than anything in the world, you want stability. You want stability in your emotions, in the day of tomorrow, in your life, because you're so fucking tired of constant dying and loss and drama. But the key is anytime things will start to feel stable to you, there's going to be that cycle of yours that's going to want to sabotage it and say, it can't be that good. It cannot be drama free. I have to do something, say something, act on something to fuck it up again, because that's what you're used to. You're used to, difficulty. You're used to drama. You're used to pain. So when something is simple and nice and calm, which is what you want, it's all you want. You just want to fucking relax. You're like, I'm tired of drama. I just want to just put on my robe and sit here with a cup of coffee and just watch a good movie. So you're going to have to catch yourself on moments where you want to sabotage your happiness. You want to sabotage that peace in your life. You're going to have to catch yourself and say, I don't need to. It's okay for me to relax. It's okay for me. It's okay for it to be calm and no drama and all that. So, okay. Now let's dive into each house to see, to go deeper in the scenarios surrounding it so you guys can get a better understanding. Okay? All right. North Node in Taurus in the 11th house. So with the South Node in Scorpio in the 5th, let's talk about that. You love intensity in your romance, risks. You love to take risks. You love to gamble. And the more intense, the better. The more edgier, the better. The more blood boiling, the better. All you know is that constant. Your previous themes were of other lives and memories have to do with constantly being on the edge and for fun. So it was all done for fun. Let me gamble. Let me gamble with everything and anything, because Scorpio can be gambling with probably other people's resources, other people's emotions. You loved to play games with others. I mean, that's a big position for games, because 5th house is expression, playfulness, creativity, games, risks, fun. So in your case, it was all done using others to entertain yourself, really, because I talked about artists, and we can put artists in this one too. Scorpio in the South would be going to crazy lengths to explore your creativity, going to some crazy dark avenues to explore your creativity, to have fun, maybe some kind of, what I'm thinking about? Something like Hostel. Yeah, I know that's kind of cray-cray, but it's a great example where you're using human life, you're using human death to entertain yourself. Something like that, like sick ways to have fun. Nothing wrong with that, guys. It's what you play. I always stress that your South Node is not bad. It's just that you ended up kind of going to the extreme with it. So it's not your fault, that's just, it happens, So it's just important that in this lifetime, you don't follow that course anymore, because you're gonna, you're not gonna get anywhere. So you'll just be repeating your cycles. So yeah, in the 5th, in Scorpio, dangerous games, dangerous liaisons, dangerous affairs, a lot of affairs that involved obsession, jealousy, power plays, push-pull, a lot of confusion, a lot of power, what do you call, not power games, fuck it, power games, a lot of just playing with people's emotions, playing with people's making people uncomfortable with your art. Maybe you're some kind of artist that used to like to provoke people. Maybe you were some kind of dancer that was provoking people in some way, that was transforming people in some way. You know how to use your creativity in sick ways, in ways that somebody would be like, oh my God, I could never do that. Maybe you were some kind of like, you're very daring, like somebody who, what comes to mind? Like a circus act with fire sticks. I could never do that. But you have that in you. You've been to the edge when it comes to fun. You've had fun in many sick, twisted, dark, scary ways. So inside of you, there's that hunger for like always wanting to go to the edge to have fun. You can't just be satisfied with a movie on a Friday night. It has to be something twisted. It has to be something that involves some kind of manipulation of games or power or domination, some kind, somewhere where you get to have the upper hand. Or on the other hand, it could be that you were at the mercy of somebody like that. You were completely lost in your creative process, for somebody maybe, and that you lost your ways for the sake of art. Maybe somebody convinced you to freaking set yourself on fire to create the next masterpiece, and you did it, and that's great. We need people like that. We need daredevils like that. We do need that. That's the beauty of you, is that you're not afraid to go to the edge to have some fun. So addictions would be here too. Gambling, where you know what movie is really good? The one with Adam Sandler. It was called Jewel, something with Jewel. Shit, I forgot. I'm sorry, guys. It's the one where this guy wants stability and security, but he's always sabotaging it. He's always gambling his last dollar. And it's not because he wants to win more money. It's just because he wants to feel that. Because without that, he's nothing. Without that, he feels like, fuck, I'm dead. I don't exist unless I'm sitting there going all in with my possessions, because you're looking for that adrenaline rush from very edgy, dramatic situations. I gotta find that movie about Adam Sandler. It's the one that he made where he's a jeweler. He sells jewels and he gets involved in this thing, and then it's a constant drama, chaos, and that's all he knows. And he will always sabotage his own stability because he wants to go to the edge. He wants to feel that adrenaline, because without it, he's nothing. So what happens now? With North Node in Taurus in the 11th, you need to get away from the edge. You need to get away from the edge. You need to get away from this selfish idea of, I gotta put it all on the line to feel alive. Because you did that, and you kind of fucked up others too, because you have people that are involved with you. And when you do crazy things like that, they don't have the stability that they need. Let's say you were a husband and your wife was like, can we just have a freaking normal life? Or do you always have to disappear from like days on end and come back and you're all beat up and like, where do you go? What do? You you're always escaping to that place that makes your blood flow. You're that adrenaline rush. So in this lifetime, you're here to find stability. You're here to not be so selfish in your fun pursuits, but just kind of, you know, calm down and realize that you can be alive and you can be happy without that adrenaline rush, without that voice in your head that says, come on, one more time, just one more time, let's do it. You know, you have to kind of say, no, I'm okay. You have to find, you know, you have to land on your own 2 feet, and you have to build that stability. And you know, 11th house is what? It's society, humanity, it's groups of people. So I think because you're so focused on yourself and your own pleasures at the expense of others, at the expense of jeopardizing their stability. Let's say you're a husband who drank all his money away. Well, you know, your family's like, well, what are we going to eat tonight? So in the North Node in Taurus and the 11th, you have to kind of walk away from that selfishness and just kind of say, you know, I got to be here. I got to be here for others. But first of all, you have to calm down. You have to calm down, and you have to find that stability in your life, and find fun in simple things, in practical things, you know, and kind of when things are going nice and stable, don't sabotage it. Don't, you know, that voice that's telling you, come on, let's do it. Let's do it one more time. Let's go to Vegas and put it all on red. You kind of have to be like, no, not today. Because you're done with that. You're so done with living on the edge. So this way you can come in with all that knowledge in you, and you know, and maybe encourage others, you know, just kind of, you can teach others how to have fun, but it can be in like more simple ways, not so intense, you know, because you're, as a Taurus in the 11th, you are here to be a rock again, you know. Taurus is stability. So you're here to bring stability to yourself and then to those around you, you know, your friends, your groups, you know. You'll want to get involved with maybe some projects where you have that creativity that comes with the 5th house, because you've tried everything. You went to the edge so many times in so many ways that you have a very crazy imagination and a lot of ideas, and you can implement them, and you can do it with others, but you can do it in a very stable way that's not going to jeopardize everybody's savings, but it's going to be beneficial for everybody and will give you that stability and security, and it will calm you down. It just kind of calm you so that you don't have to look for that adrenaline rush, that you can be happy with what you have, with what you build, because you are going to build things on all levels, you know, and you're going to be that rock for others. So, hope that makes sense.